It's been almost 2 years since I built my Outfeed / assembly table, and I finally want to make my first change or customization to it. And since so many of you have got the plans to build this for yourself, I figured I'd go ahead and make a quick video showing what I'm going to do. So just a real quick overview for those that haven't seen it, but there is a whole build video and plans on this if you want to check it out. But I used maple on my build, but I did size it to where you could just use regular 2x4s and 4x4s if you wanted to save money. But it's all half lap joinery, super strong, built in a way that nothing can sag. It's dead flat. Here on the front we have 3 big drawers. I've just got all my track saw accessories in the top one, a bunch of cordless Milwaukee sanders, and then on the end I just have this open shelving, which of course could be used for tool storage or whatever. But it's a perfect spot for me. I like having the scrap wood here, up to like 2.5 foot long will fit in there. Then on this side, I just left it open so I can have some room for bigger stuff. Like I've got some sustainers in here, my metal chop saw, but it is exactly the same size as this. So if you wanted to, you could build another bank of drawers and shelf and plug it right in here. But like I said, I wanted to leave it open for this, but there is a lot of wasted space right up top here, which is what we're going to take care of today. My plan was just to build another drawer exactly even with this top one here, but as I'm thinking about this literally as we film here, I don't really need it to be that deep for what I want. I want this to be this is going to be a huge drawer for all my layout and measuring and squares and stuff like that. And I don't really need it to be that deep. So what I think I'm going to do is do 2 shallow trays, and that's going to be so much storage right here by my assembly tables. So the first thing that I need to do is to cut some strips to fill in that our drawer slides will attach to. What I'm doing now is going ahead and marking a center line where these drawer slides are going to be installed. Of course, just way easier to do it now up on the workbench instead of laying underneath the table here. Like I said, it's going to be some huge drawers. So now you can see all I got to do is line the center line of the drawer side, so the center of all these holes right up on that line. Okay, I've got these Bessie clamps that I think I should be able to flip these around into a spreader to help hold these up there so I can crawl in and screw them in from the inside. All right, I can go ahead and put the drawer slides on now, and you can see I got it marked where the front of the drawer slide needs to be. And to make it easier on myself while I'm laying down there, I'm just gonna go ahead and temporarily nail a little block on here so I can just butt the slide right up to it and know it's right where it's supposed to be. And then I can just pry that off after I get them screwed in. All right, hardest part should be over, and that wasn't too bad. Now I can go ahead and get all the parts for the trays cut out. As I'm making these cuts, since I've done an absolutely terrible job at ever even talking about these, I do make and sell these custom push blocks that resemble a circular saw or track saw, and these are available on my website. I have a handful left, and once they're gone, they're gonna be gone. I'm not planning on making any more. So if you want a great way to help support me and the channel and actually get a cool physical product in return, be sure to check those out. I really appreciate it. Okay, I got the sides of the trays cut at 31 inches long, which is just the length that they need to be. So what I like to do, since it's plywood, it's 3/4 inch plywood, but it's not truly 3/4 of an inch. I'll go ahead and set it inside my opening because the fronts and backs are gonna sit inside of these 2 pieces. So I'll just go ahead and sit those there so I can get an exact measurement for the fronts and backs. See, I'm at like It should be 25.5 because my exact opening is 27. But like I said, because it's not truly 3/4 of an inch, I'm actually like 25 and 9/16 heavy. So we take our 25 and 9/16 and then we got to subtract for our drawer slides. Typical drawer slides are a 1/2 inch, so it's easy. You would just subtract 1 inch from that. But these extra long beefy ones are actually 3/4 of an inch. So I got to subtract 1.5 inches. So 25 and 9/16 minus 1.5 inches, I'm right at 24 inches and 1/16. When it comes to building drawers or trays with pocket holes like this, not only is it just quick and easy to do, but they're actually really strong. By bringing your screws into the side grain of the plywood, it's much stronger than, say, if you had it on the front, screwing in. Over time, as you're pulling this, you could just pull your fasteners right out. Or even if you still have it on the inside and you want to bring fasteners from the side, you could just split this plywood here. It's much stronger screwing into the side grain of this piece. And then once we add our false front on the front, everything's hidden. There's nothing on the sides. Can't see the pocket holes on the front. Really clean and really strong. Now again, I'm just striking a center line directly in the center of the tray, and I'll get the drawer slides screwed right in on that line. Hopefully if we did everything correctly, should be smooth. Oh my gosh, so much storage. Got the drawer fronts cut to size, but I just checked out, and I guess I did edge band these to protect the edges, so I guess I'll go ahead and get these knocked out real quick. Look at all this added storage. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. All right, just gotta wait on an Amazon package before I can continue. Now this is called Kaizen foam, and this is gonna allow me to make custom cutouts and keep everything nice and organized and protected. And this is what I wanted this massive drawer for, to Keep all my woodpeckers, squares, and straight edges organized in one spot and protected. And just want to throw this out there. I did buy all this. None of this was sent to me. My small little collection I've grown over the past couple of years. But like I said, just want to throw that out there because I know woodpeckers can be kind of one of those polarizing brands like Festool that seems to get a bit of negativity. Which I get it. You get on YouTube to watch a video and someone's shop walls just peppered with premium products that we all wish we could have. I mean, I feel the same stuff, so just wanted to throw that out there, but just reached a point where I was tired of buying cheaper products that weren't square, weren't straight, whatever. But my experience with what I have here has been great. It's been 100% worth it for me. But just kind of throwing everything in here, and then I'll finalize the spot before I get the foam cut out. If you aren't familiar how this foam works, there's just layers of it. So you can just trace out where you want, and then you can just peel a layer off. So then your tool will sit in there recessed and won't move around. Really nice. This is definitely one of those things I wish I would have done a long time ago. I've had these bigger squares over on the other side of the shop slid under my CNC, so this is going to be awesome, having everything right here and organized. Really, this is all I had in mind for this space, is wanting to store this stuff. But like I said, I didn't need it to be that deep, so now I still have this whole second one. I'm not even sure what I want to put in here yet, so I just had some of this drawer liner material on hand, so I threw that in there. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick little video and maybe got some ideas for your own shop. I will put plans for the whole table down in the video description. And I'm going to go ahead and make a revision, just add this at the end of the plans as like an optional addition if you want. But yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.